It's game time, we ain't playing with you. It's game time, it's game time, we ain't playing with you. That's how we ball for y'all.
All right, let's do it. All right, so what up? You're rocking with Doo-Wop.
And Jamel.
So thank you for joining us for episode 54.
54.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yo. Oh, man. So, how's everything with you?
Everything's been great.
All right, hey, yo, man. Yo, I see, Donald Trump ain't waste no time, man.
Nah.
He wastes no time. Yo, Donald Trump, he's focused, though. You know what I mean? I give him that, He's already picking his choosing for the cabinet. You know what I mean? There's a lot of controversy on there too. They don't like the choices he make, people that he picked. But he's in charge now, so everybody got to deal with it. It's
Yeah.
just everybody got to deal with it and see what's gonna fall after that. But I'll give it up. I like his ambition. I like his ambition to really hopefully care. About the country and make some different changes that he said he was going to do, because he already started with the hiring for the deportation. He's trying to do the mass deporting people. So we got to see how that's going to turn out. But I heard that he's getting kind of like he's want to basically like let the different cities know that hey, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So just try to get on board because this is going to happen. So you got a choice: get on board or just get out the way. So we'll see how that turns out and see if everybody just comes together and just let him do what he wanted to do.
But we still gotta wait till like January. He
Oh
working,
no, yeah.
but he's starting early though.
It's
But we still
overtime.
gotta wait.
He already overtime. He got a goal in hand and he's like, yo, hey, I'm hiring this guy and this guy. I want this going and we're gonna do this. And then get on board. Because he's talking about they going right to the jails. They said they don't want to have no type of conflicts when they going to deport people from jail. Because I mean, if you're an immigrant and you've been doing a crime already, you deserve to be deported. Ain't no. I'm gonna sit here and do some time. Nah, they gonna send you back to your country and do your time there. You know. So yeah, you're not playing. You're not playing.
No.
You're not playing. They also he's also trying to attack this $2 trillion debt that we formed. The USA. Uh, but so he put a team together, and that's the DOGE. So that's going what he assigned for Elon Musk, and that was named Vita Ramazon. I can't say his name. I don't forget his name. But yeah, they're supposed, like I said, they're supposed to be in charge of getting that debt to a reasonable amount, and also cutting different things from the federal government that we don't need.
Well, that's gonna be the interesting thing, and the fact that it's named after the coin that Elon Musk was trying to raise up is even more interesting. So yeah, which actually had a big spike up too, thanks to him becoming part of this team now too.
Yeah, I was yeah. Some things definitely. Cryptocurrency is definitely on the rise right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hey, we'll see. We'll see. I got who else is see?
Yeah, but a lot of things are moving now and in place. But it's gonna be more interesting to see where the money comes from for to get this $1 trillion debt down.
Yeah, some of the things are cutting. They was talking about cutting the educational department. 'Cause there's like something you don't really need. So I don't know. There's gonna be others little here and there. They was calculating that we don't really need. So we'll see. We'll see what they come up with, and we'll see if it works. How much money we're gonna be saving.
Right.
Also, I heard him talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about TikTok. He's actually a fan of TikTok.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna go ahead and ban TikTok because Biden was already, he already signed and he was ready to ban TikTok. But I think Donald Trump has a different opinion on it.
Hmm. I think they might have been like the only like platform that didn't ban him at that time.
Yeah, and yeah, and he just recently signed on.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, I got so many millions of followers on there."
Hmm.
He got to say what he wanted to say on there too. So I don't think he's gonna mess with it. I think he's gonna chill out. He's just gonna keep it. Maybe they might come to a type of agreement or something that they see that is not a danger or against the law using on TikTok.
Most likely, he probably find a way to profit off of it and use that to fund some of these departments or taxes things from.
Well, Donald Trump's always big on bringing the money back to America.
That's it.
So maybe there is some type of American that he probably can try to make more money in a
Hmm.
certain way that we could use to benefit with. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see
Definitely.
because he's making a lot of changes and he's not even in office yet. you know, but they said they welcome there. They said Joe Biden sat down with Donald Trump. You know, so they're welcoming him in there to get ready. But
Hmm.
hey, we'll pay attention to if there's anything newly developed and see what the changes that they make. Because they have 4 years to do it. So these are going to be some hurdles that they're going to have to overcome. And he's already got his team together. But talking about get the team together, young thugs out of jail, and he's already. They said they seen him in the studio with Little Baby, Future. Uh, but it was kind of a little controversial because the situation where when he was locked up, Little Baby wasn't getting along with Gunner. So they kind of I don't know. I mean, my opinion, I don't. I mean, because through him being locked up, he said when he sees his brother and Gunner, they still have business together. So I don't think that. I mean, in the streets they're saying that he has a problem with Gunner, but I don't think it's that. I think they came to their own conclusion because Gunner was still signed to him, so he has to still keep the label running and still keep everything hot in the streets. So I think they probably made a agreement that Young Thug kind of agreed to get Gunner home so he can keep the business running. And he's still been hot in these streets. He's still been going, dropping new music and things like that. So I don't think he's really have so much beef issues with him the way people are trying to drum it up to be. But and I think he's just probably working with Baby because he probably was holding him down when he was locked up. So I think it's just a collaboration on them both because I think Little Baby gearing up to try to maybe drop an album soon. So maybe he probably is in the studio with them. You know. But talking about Little Baby actually dropped some new music. Dropped a new single called Insecurity. I like the track. I like the track.
Yeah.
You know, I feel the beat was crazy. He was going through the motions on that. And he also dropped another track, 5 a.m. It was kind of short, but since he's dropping music, I think he's, like I said, I think he's gearing up to make
Yeah.
some music.
So the album
Yep.
definitely in play.
I think probably maybe if he doesn't feel like he's not gaining enough support, um, then he's probably gonna push it back. But I think he's probably waiting to drop it on December. You know. But talking about new music, also Gunner dropped some new music. Well, he had it out, but he dropped a new video. It's called Him All Along. He's been killer in the streets, man. Gunner been definitely going ham in the streets. Especially when he came out, he's got right to it, putting out his, getting right to the music. So he's still with his fan base, still touring. Shows is always selling out. You know, But I like I like that track. I like the track. Come all along. And the video. The video, is basically, telling him how he feels, You know. So just for him going through his situation, he still stays strong. He's still staying strong. Still trying to, do what he do. So but shout out to Gunna, shout out to Little Baby, shout out to the Young Thug. I hope they all work out their whole situation. Um and put the music out that they know they can put out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh
Like now, we talk about the thing that we all been waiting for on Netflix.
oh man. Yeah. I think all right, so I think the main event should have been Katie Taylor and Amanda. Damn, I forgot how to say her last name, but I thought that was a crazy fight. I mean, because they're kind of rematch. They said it was at the Madison Square Garden, I think,
Mm-hmm.
last time, and it was just, they came came down to the wire, came to the dog fight. That was a bloodbath. It was damn
Definitely.
near a bloodbath.
But
But I thought Amanda should have won. I
oh,
think she should have
definitely.
won because when they played it at the end, she does have headbutting techniques, Katie, and she was that was what she normally does all the time. They was talking about her past fights that
Mm-hmm.
she just go ahead and headbutt. They
Yeah,
showed
and
that one replay when she did headbutt her, and all of a sudden her left
I was
left eye just split open. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking like, okay, you punched her, no, but you did some sneak attack,
no.
cut her all like, I don't think that was right. I
Uh-uh.
I don't think that was right.
But again, she was leading with her head though. But yeah, she was still headbutting and rubbing her head against hers.
Yo,
It's like even. But yeah,
every move, like that was her move. Like she'll
yes.
headbutt and then punch.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, when you're headbutting somebody, is you're throwing them off, and then you're gonna punch them, and if like
Mm-hmm.
it was dirty fighting. I think that was pretty dirty of you, but yeah, you got lucky on that one. You definitely got lucky on because that was a bloodbath, and they couldn't close that thing. That was
Uh,
getting out of hand.
she didn't even get lucky. The judge favored her. Because definitely
He should have deducted some points. He
they
definitely should
they
have deducted.
they deducted 1 point and she
Nah, but
still
it should
ended
have
up
ducked
winning.
more than that. It should have
But
been
like yeah.
ducked more than that because every time when she was gaining it when Amanda was going at her, it looked like Katie was always running from her. Like she was always backing up, backing up. It wasn't like she really was so aggressive towards her. And then she took advantage of with that damn cut on her eye over her eye. She kept headbutting her again,
Mm-hmm.
headbutting her again.
She kept specifically aiming for that eye.
Yeah, like you personally just kept headbutting. I'm like, oh man, yeah, what's going on with this? This is not. This can't be legal.
Yeah. But the
And
one thing I do love about the women fighting
mhm,
is usually just a slugfest. They like it's no I'm guarding, I'm getting distance.
mhm,
It's usually I'm throwing as many hits as I can,
mhm.
and they stand up there and take it, which is crazy. It's like they go back and forth.
Oh, they got that was a harder Lions and Tiger,
Yeah,
all that. They was going down to the wire. And
yeah,
Amanda even said, I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm
yes.
I'm a die in the ring.
Hmm.
So she for her to even finish the fight because I thought that was gonna be over in the fifth round with the way that thing was leaking.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, they gonna you know cancel the fight or stop the fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it definitely went down to the wire,
Yeah.
and that was definitely the show of the night to me.
Oh, definitely,
That
yes.
was the show of the night.
There's only two things that I like the most about the women fight,
Mm.
because the women always come in looking so beautiful in the beginning of the fight, the pre, and then at the end of the fight, they look like completely different people.
I mean, I wouldn't say beautiful, but they was looking normal.
You ever look at the women in the before and they be like, "Oh, we are happy, nice looking," and then at the end of the
Oh,
fight, they
they
look like
definitely. I
they
mean, yeah,
look
they definitely look. Yeah, it always at the end of the fight, they always look like they,
they've been to war.
with the war. Yeah, they and
It's
they
like
do
yeah,
with that. They go all the distance too.
yeah. When
So
they go in the fight, they leave it out on the all on the floor,
yeah,
everything.
yeah, I would. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
It's like I really want to start seeing men fight just like that one, where they
Yeah.
just go. The first two fights before them, yes. The second one, they did
Mhm.
go out and they went and hit blow for blow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other
and it,
one, but it was, but that was the main.
yeah.
That was definitely the one to see. But then we got to the main event. The
Hmm.
main event with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. What can I say about that? I will give it up to Mike Tyson because for being 58, you definitely went in there, did your thing. Still showed your ability where you put fear in people's heart that they ain't gonna try to knock nobody out. Cause all that talk Jake was talking about, he gonna knock you out. He felt the fury of Tyson, and he was not trying nothing crazy.
Mhm.
So he was kind of nervous a little bit when he's flinching. So, but he I give it up to Jake too. He hold it down. He proven that he knows how to box. But I think he needs to really fight somebody his own age or around his age, and to really get the respect. Because we seen that Tyson wasn't good on his legs. Because age kind of catch up to you. And he said he fought like he was injured. He said he was injured, but he's like, I
He's
wasn't
like,
gonna complain about that.
yeah, he said he can't use that as an
Yeah,
excuse.
yes. So if he's not even 100%, and he's over age, and he's like, he still went out there and gave it all his all, and he had some moments. He had some moments on him. But he just wasn't with the speed of Mike Tyson himself. But he still was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take the punches, but you ain't knocking me out." I don't
Hmm.
know all that. You forget about all that. I don't care what you thinking in your mind. You gonna come out here and box me, you know. So, but Jake did a good job. He did win, but the winner really was Mike Tyson. For just his age wise. Because if you ain't knock him out, then damn near all that talk, you had to respect him. You had to
No,
respect him.
no, they both won to me because they both went the distance. It's like I wasn't sure that Mike Tyson on him was gonna make it the whole 8 rounds.
Mm,
It's like I thought it was gonna be like maybe shorter than that,
mm,
even with the rules set up and everything. But yeah, they both were very cautious when they went in. The first few, like the first round when they came out the gate,
mm.
Mike was throwing shots and he was very cautious and he had to hold them up. And then as it went on and he got more tired and his legs got more shaky, it was like he saw that sign and he just went off on it. But that was it. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and Mike Tyson's a beast, man. That boy, he's a beast. How you just keep he's like, oh, he kept on biting your gloves all the time, Mike.
during the match. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, oh, was it like your mouthpiece, or you just kept, biting? Like, oh, I just like to bite.
yeah, he got a bite
He's
precision.
like, I like this bite,
Hmm.
So that just shows you how hungry he is, like, just of his
Hmm.
fighting ability. Like, he's that hungry, he's gonna literally just want to fight and bite.
Right. And
But
it was very smart of Jake to end that last little 10 seconds and
mm,
just like let him know it's over and
oh yeah, he
everything. Yeah,
bowed to him. Nah,
yeah.
he
Because
gave him his respect because
at that last
he had
minute,
to.
little last 10 seconds, you never
Mm.
know what nobody is capable of. Because what's the worst that can happen? Because you can't even be counted out at that point, so you can go all out.
Yeah, but it looked like Mike was tired too,
Yeah.
So he definitely, you could see the fatigue in him. Um, but he was, hey, I talked to him. He went the distance. He went the whole distance. It was good to see Mike Tyson. And like I said, Jake, you look like you're a good boxer. To even step in the ring with Mike Tyson, to even go those rounds with him, no matter what age. So that meant a lot to you. Um, but yeah, if you can put something on next, you gotta bring it somebody who's really challenging you. Um, that's what I think.
And Mike said he still wanted to do another round.
Yeah, Mike said, "Nah, I ain't over." Nah,
No,
Mike said, "Nah, this ain't." They said, "Oh, it's gonna be your last fight, Mike." He's like, nope.
no. He said he'd
he,
fight his brother
he said,
Logan.
I fight Logan."
Logan was like,
No,
"I'll kill you."
he said, "All right, you
He's
heard,
like,
right?"
"Nah."
No, well, yeah. So we'll see. He definitely shout out to Netflix too, putting that together.
Mhm.
And then Jake putting everything together for everybody to watch. That was good entertainment.
Yeah.
Even the Netflix, it probably went to over 80 million viewers, to the point where it was like couldn't even handle it. It was damn near flinching out.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how many viewers was definitely tuned in and watching that.
Mhm.
So
That's how you
without,
know you're making money.
yeah, yeah,
When
yeah,
your site start getting shaky and shutting down, and we gotta
exactly.
reload, you know you're making money.
Making it's overloading on that thing. But it was definitely good to watch all show put on, and it was live on Netflix. That's something that they could start doing more. Because
Hmm.
Netflix is definitely growing. So that was good. Good job for you guys.
Yeah, I think they got up next is a football game because they're
Um,
gonna be like posting live.
Could be because like the Cowboys damn, what his name? But yeah, it's because he was the head president, the whole
Mm-hmm.
owner of the Cowboys. He was, they had the cheerleaders out there, so he's thinking about probably more likely putting football on Netflix or something. They probably have some partnership they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about Cedric Entertainment outfit out there.
Really? They said they won't come for him for that. He said his eye.
You know what I'm saying, man? They said he was looking like the genie.
Uh huh.
I call it the golden child because he definitely had the golden child glow on there. But hey, I mean, hey, he said he got to show out.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna get at him on that. They're gonna definitely get at him for that. But what you think about
His outfit,
that?
it was over the top for the event,
Yeah,
but I think he knew that.
he was
But
shining
yeah,
out there. He was shining out there. He
with
did
stuff
look
like
like a
that to
genie.
get your name back out there and get a little shine on you, why not? If all these people
Yeah,
looking, they be like, "Who's this guy with this outfit on?"
yeah.
See?
But I like that it's different though. He switched it up because he
Yes, he
always
did.
comes out with the hats and stuff. But for that the outfit to switch it up,
Mm-hmm.
all right, you know. But they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. But no, I was definitely swagging out though. He was swagging it out. I'm gonna leave him alone with that. um, some movies that y'all finally okay. So the finale of the Penguin. I talked about the Penguin earlier. So it's the finale. Uh, like I said, I didn't. He didn't prove me no wrong. Who the Penguin is. The Penguin is still grimy, slimy, conniving. Can't trust this guy, and it proved me right at the end when he just what I don't want to give it away, but his right hand person, he ended up doing something to him, just because he felt like he was getting too close. It was like, damn, love, with love, you just can't get too close. It's like a bad thing because he feels like it makes him weaker. So I spoiler like, yeah. So he ended up killing him. I was like, oh my god,
So,
I was like, why did you?
like that.
Yeah, nah, because why did you kill him? I don't know why did you kill him. That's your right hand man. He was doing his thing. He was doing everything for you. Saved your life a bunch of times. But that's the penguin. That's the damn penguin for you. Uh,
Principles.
Greedy penguin, and now he's in control. Now he gets back up on top. Now he got the penthouse. Got his woman. Uh, he had some falling out with his mom, but now he's taking care of she's like a vegetable now because he was grimy. In the beginning he like killed his brothers. He locked them in the water sewer when they was kids, and they ended up drowning and
Mm-hmm.
dying. And he didn't know that his mom knew all along. His mom was like, "Yeah, I knew all along." So yeah, it's a good story. It's a good story. I can see it's continuing, so they're definitely gonna continue that because they said it was doing pretty good. It
Yeah.
was like number one on HBO. So that story is definitely people watching it. So people paying attention and watching it. So, but it is the good finale. Check the whole finale out. And then also the whole season out. And then I can't wait to see the next one. You know, wait to see the next one. Oh yeah, and then at the end they showed the bat signal, so maybe Batman might come through. 'Cause they was like, he's feeling on top and everything. They showed out, then they showed the bat signal on top, in the sky. Because when you see the bat signal in the sky, you know who's coming.
Yeah. But it's gonna
Yeah,
be interesting. Which Batman they gonna use for it?
but yeah, I don't think. I mean, it's still gonna be the Penguin story, but we'll see if he Batman comes, to do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, it's great, great story on HBO. Check that out. Let's get into Kai, man. Kai, he's been playing with these robots because, as you know, Kai been doing the
Lot.
streaming. Yeah, he's been doing a lot, man. So he's definitely going back to doing that 30. I think he's doing 30-day streaming. Um, so he's just live 24/7. He's been having different artists and different guests on there. But they dropped off a robot. They dropped off the new Eve industrial humanoid bot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's going wild with this bot. He's going ham with it, and it's so funny because man, I like what we talked about with the robots and things like that. Now for him to play around and actually be doing it is just amazing, because he had the robot when he dropped off. The robot was folding his clothes.
Yeah.
He always keep calling them gang.
Hmm.
He's like, oh, yo, gang, and this and that. Da, da, da. You know, he also talked about basically the hug thing because I didn't know I looked it up, but that Eva is part of the Neobot,
Yeah.
so that was the one who's like emotional and doing all. We talked about that, but yeah, he was like, "Oh, can I get a hug?" And the bot was giving him a hug. And then, and then his boy was like, "Oh." He said, are you a girl one or what? Because he started rubbing him when he was giving him. I was like, are you a girl one or not? You know, but it just shows that the robot can do multiple things.
Yes.
It even gave a inspirational speech. I was
Yes. At the
surprised at
end,
that.
they
Yeah,
gave a nice long inspirational speech.
I was like, oh, this is kind of good for kids. Like get them, just to give them like the good speech, or maybe in the morning or something. Or just to get them going, or whoever going. Uh, but what made me nervous, he said at the end, he was like, yeah, that type of shit. I was like, oh, this guy's cursing now. I was like, oh man, I told you. I was like, once he start feeling too much emotion.
I think it really just started adapting to whoever the owner is, and I guess it accepts the lingo and
Yeah,
start going with it to better communicate with the person.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're really adapting this, so it might be a little bit more crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what somebody controlling this thing on the at the end or in certain parts because he was knocking over Kai's sneaker box. He came like it was some real emotion for no reason. He was just like he knocked over his sneaker box. I was like, yo, why is he knocking over his sneaker box?
Mhm.
He also he was cursing because Kai was cursing all the time.
Yeah.
So he was doing so many things with the cursing. But it was like calling them gang and all this. The robot was adapting to the music. Kai was just being a regular person, or acting like regular, hanging out with his boys and stuff like that. And he was making the robot adapt. It
Hmm.
wasn't like oh the robot was the guest. It was like he was just being a normal person around him. He was not. He was very comfortable around him. He was doing multiple things. He was like even uh, you know, dried his face. When he was in the bathroom, he told him to get a toothbrush. He, adjusted. So he was like, "Yo, you know what? You gonna be forever. You gonna be
Yeah.
with me forever."
He said he working with me forever. Get used to
Yeah.
it.
What he was surprised when he was grabbing stuff. He was like, "Oh, you can grab." He was like, "Oh, you grab a gun? You grab a gun?" But he didn't answer it. But it just shows you that can be some next level, things that go on. But I was surprised he was dancing around. He was,
Oh yeah.
dancing to Cheat Keef. He was doing other things, and then, but the funny part when he was asking about the smash or pass, the original for Siri, shout out to Siri, Susan. But he was like, "Yo, would you smash Siri or Alexa?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I will smash, I smash, I smash."
Hmm.
So for him to have the emotion, knowing that they're like all like robots themselves, like they're like voice more, themselves. You would like put it in to go ahead and do that. It's just the whole awareness of how the robot knows.
Yeah.
You know,
But the Ice Spice and the J Lo was funny though. He's like, I'll smash Ice Spice. But J Lo, she's like, nah, she too old for me.
I was like,
He was
what?
like, what? I'm like, he's like, I'm only like 3.
Yeah, don't be disrespecting J Lo like that, yo. J Lo can get in at any age.
But he not talking about. He talking about the robot. The robot was like, I'm only like 3 years old.
Nah, but then he also said it was like, uh, he was like, yeah, he hit that last night. He was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, oh yeah, no, Alexa, Alexa, yeah, I hit that. So just for him to have the humorism with the robot,
Mhm.
that's just the beginning stage. And then
Right.
he had to swag him out, so he had to put the do rag on him.
Hmm.
Put the do rag on him. So yeah, he's like, what's this for? He's like, oh, this is to give you waves. He give you waves. You know. So he's still teaching him what the things to do. In the whole process. So, but it was crazy how he threw up gang signs. Remember we talked about the gang banging robots?
Uh huh.
He's like, what you throwing up gang signs? But he was even when he was listening to music, he was throwing up his
The
signs
signs
on.
and
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
he was hyped. So it was like, he kind of felt So he kind of like felt with the music, he felt it. He was like, yo, he's throwing up gang signs, man. So I'm like, yo, you know, that's just a whole different thing, man. Like it's a lot of the stuff we talked about. It just looks like, that kind of played out in what Kai just did,
Mhm.
you know, and to show how the humanoid bots, the robots, are definitely useful for different things, like and that's where it's gonna be. That's where it's gonna be. But he said like 20,000. I think he said 20,000 dollars for them.
24, something like
20
that.
years.
Yeah.
I
But
I didn't think that was like real. I didn't even think that real at first.
I was gonna say the same thing you just said. Yeah, a lot of people were like they thought it because of the way it was shaped and everything,
Mhm.
and how it was moving, like it was on like a hoverboard that it looked like, and so a lot of people thought it was fake. But
Yeah.
then I had to go back and look it up, and I was like, oh, this is the Eve model. It's the model before the one that we actually talk about like all the time, the Neo.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, never mind. I'm like, oh, it's shaped like that, the hands and everything. So, oh no, it's a real robot.
Yeah, yeah, no, because the way I thought somebody was in it at
Yeah.
first, and then it was on a hoverboard. But yeah, I did the same thing. I was like, oh, let me see what this is real or not. But I don't know if I want to know if because I remember we talked about how these robots now you can actually
Control.
control them.
Yeah.
So I wonder if some of that partial was part of the control because the things he was saying and things he was doing because he actually broke the TV when Kai was in the shower. Um, so he like broke the screen. So it's like we hope that that somebody
Somebody
was controlling
controlling.
that. Yeah, we don't hope he's just doing that to be
Hmm.
doing it because he's just mad because he kept talking to him crazy. I kept talking at that road. He just touching him and they kind of was fighting a little bit. It was like arguing. So yo, get out, get out, get out, get out. And he wouldn't get out. And he just broke the TV and then he got out. So it was like, you know, hopefully, a lot of things is just playing around, but that the joint that's the next level. That's the
Hmm.
next level. And then just to talk about the next level, like you was talking about the Neo, because that's the whole thing. The Neo bot, they came up. I talked about this too. I was like, yo, watch these robots start cooking.
Yeah,
All right, cooking and stuff like that. So they already had him in the kitchen cooking. That was crazy. Let me find
definitely. And it was very comedic too. The voice and everything. The humanoid robot was cracking jokes and everything.
Yeah, yeah, no, it definitely was. But for them to be cooking,
Hmm.
An advanced humanoid robot. What's up, Neo?
How's it going, Nick?
Best of luck, Chef Neo.
But the best chef wins. That's a weak handshake.
The first thing with a steak, of course, is salt and pepper. So I'm gonna go salt all over my beautiful ribeye, and I can see you're also starting with your salt. Oh, by the way, how long have you been cooking? I'm curious.
3 months.
You've only been
3
cooking for
months,
3
he said.
months?
I'm only a year old. What do you expect? Just gonna pick it up nice and careful here. And just like that. Nice and easy.
Here, you ready for this sound?
Yeah, let's see it.
so I'm wondering,
Pretty good. 3, 2,
somebody's
1,
controlling
and
him to cook,
Touchdown.
or is they,
You can
or
be
is he
honest
just
with me. Are
doing
you
it?
nervous?
I'm a little nervous. It is my
Adapted it,
first time
found it
cooking
himself.
steak.
Moment of truth, okay?
Without
3,
doubt.
But for him to
2,
do that and then
one.
just cook a good steak like
Look at
that,
that.
the
As
way he
much
was
as I
supposed
hate to
be,
admit it, it looks like Neo
Spiced
got
up
a
over
perfect
here?
medium rare. Neo, any last words?
Let's face it, Nick. Robots are way cooler in every single
he's
way.
like, oh, we're gonna shut that down. He's cooler in every sort of way. So, hey man, I talked about it. And now that's what these things are gonna do. Because for now to be like a chef Neo,
Hmm.
the chef. Oh man, that's gonna be different, man. That's gonna be another thing that people are gonna want these robots to do. Want to be cooking, want it to be cleaning, wanting to be doing other things. And this is gonna, this is how it's gonna be a mass population of them because they're gonna put them to work.
Yeah. We're gonna move into the age of the Jeffersons. Oh no, not the
Hey,
Jeffersons, my bad. The
yeah, you see,
Jetsons.
yeah, I said the Jetsons, yeah, no, right?
Not the moving on up, the
Nah,
ones that
not
are
the
already
movie.
up.
Yeah, they're gonna be definitely ready to do something different. Um, Yeah, but that joint is crazy. Now they're just doing multiple things now with that. So also now the Chinese, they always been ahead of the game. With different things. We talked about the X-Men flying car because those are the people who made the flying car.
Hmm.
Now they entered making their own robot, and they introduced it. It's called Iron. You know, they're talking about how that's basically going to assist on retail offices and also for home too. You know, so it's just showing, showing different things that their people were really getting ready to invest into these robots.
Right.
You know, so hey man, now it's here. What we talked about is coming a lot of them. A lot of them. But that was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Um, but all right, let's just get some motivation, man. Motivation. I need a motivation. Mm. So the motivation for this week. So this one says, life's about spending time with people you love, doing things that fulfill you, deepest passion, and falling more in love with yourself as you grow. That is definitely about life is about spending time with people you love. And then you also trying to fulfill the passion, the
Mm-hmm.
passion that was driving you. Um, and then you also always thought about growth, with growth in yourself. So, just falling in love with yourself and falling the process of you growing. So that's what I thought about when I seen that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like really getting a chance to live for the right things.
Yeah, and everybody got to grow eventually. You can't stay the same forever. So you just got to grow in with yourself. Then another one I seen, it says the bad news is time's flying, but the good news, you're the pilot. You know, it's like, yeah, time is flying, but guess what? You're the pilot, so you can
Mm-hmm.
steer it however you want to steer it. While things are just going. So that's just how you want to steer it. Just always remember you're the pilot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, that's all I got for everybody today. So thanks for joining for episode 54. We'll close again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff, and leave a comment. So you've been rocking with Doo-Wop.
And Jamel.
Peace.
I love it. You guys are so great.